vendors or stores, you know, involved in this. And I mean, what was the critical point for you guys to have it so that it would start to take a, you know, a life of its own and start to roll by itself? So you didn't have, you could step back and, you know, not do the door to door and make the calls.
Well, for us, it was we made a conscious choice, and this was more August's choice than anything else. I mean, August is just a brilliant guy. He's got a combination of tech savviness, incredible tech savviness, and also business savvy. Both of us, August and I, both had experience in retail, small retail stores. I had a frozen yogurt store, and August had a few bagel shops, muffin and bagel shops years ago. So we had that experience. We knew what it was like and how expensive it was to even hand a stack of flyers to a teenager to walk the neyborhood, knowing that probably halfway through he's going to throw them in the trash. You know, so we knew that going in. But so we decided, August really came up with the idea of let's take the mall approach, and let's get some big anchor stores above, you know, on board that we know have a ton of locations.
Right.
So, you know, Sports Authority, Finish Line, the Container Store was actually one of our first, if not our first. And these are stores that, you know, it's an interesting thing, this mobile, because you think about it and you go, wow, you know, this is amazing, but you don't use coupons to go get a beer. You just don't do it.
But could you? That would be great.
Well, you can. I mean, there are, you know, Foursquare and some of these other places where it's a game, you know, when it's like a social game. That's too much work for me. My wife likes it. I just don't like it. And, you know, it's not like I don't like it. I don't have time for it. I want to save money. I just want to press a button and use a coupon. But I'm not going to use a coupon at a bar. Friends of mine do. We have bars, we have restaurants, we have theaters, we have things. So it's, you know, right now it's very much it's exciting and it's generating interest in areas I don't think in retail that it when it settles, we'll see, you know, where, you know, we're talking to some of the biggest chains and they love what we're doing. We're way out ahead of a lot of these other mobile couponing applications. So they're turning to us, and we're about to announce some unbelievable partnerships. We just turned on, or we're about to tomorrow or the next day, 6,800 Jackson Hewitt locations, because people need to save money when they're doing their taxes. And 6,800 locations. I mean, that's crazy. And we can turn it on with what August has set up, you know, like this. We could turn on one location just the same way. And so it's exciting in that way. But then Sears came on, and Finish Line and Sports Authority and Guitar Center is actually, you know, they're scanning the barcode right off the phone. So it's stuff like this that makes it really exciting. And we're to a point now where we haven't reached nowhere near critical mass.
Yeah.
But there are some cities where we now have to think about categorizing. We did not want to categorize the app yet because there's a benefit to being, let's say you're a shoe store and someone is looking for a discount on frozen yogurt. So they go through and they're looking for the frozen yogurt. And as they're scrolling through, like walking through a mall, I didn't know there was a shoe place on here. So you benefit from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, when we categorize, then suddenly you're just going to go food, frozen yogurt, got it. And you miss out on all this other stuff. So you can't please everyone. You know, there have been some obstacles in the app world. The rating system on the Apple Store is a disaster.
Yeah.
It is the worst possible system, and this is from the best possible company. They've got to get that together.
Well, it's amazing. So talk about that. Is that because of the influence that it wields? Like, I mean, when somebody rates you a 1-star or a 2-star, I mean, it has a massive impact on your ability to sell and be featured with Apple, or is it? What's the deeper part?
Yeah, sell and be featured with Apple. I mean, we're a prize on the Wheel of Fortune. We're also a prize on the Price is Right and stuff. So, I mean, I have ways of getting around that. I would look. You're
not relying on that.
No. And Apple's very supportive. I love those guys over there. I mean, I really do. But it would be great. And that's been kind of the thing. Well, you got 3 stars. You know, you're not a 5-star thing. Well, so is the Apple apps. Apple apps are 2 stars. And it's interesting. It's like, wow, really? Oh, kettle, black, often, really? I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like, guys, your system doesn't work. The only time you ask people to rate on a 1-button rating is when they're getting rid of the app.
Yeah, I know.
When someone's getting rid of the app, they're not going to rate it a 5-star app. I love this app. I never want to see it again. It's like, it doesn't happen.
Delete.
Yeah. I mean, so they've got to do something. And the free apps are the ones that suffer the most from that. And all of our competition, it's the same thing. It's and because it's so easy to get the app, lose it, get it, lose it. You know, when you're losing it, you know, you and by the way, if you hit no thanks, it also gives you like a 0-star rating or so. I don't. It's just not a good system.
Not effective. Not effective.
Yeah, it's not effective. But it doesn't affect us. You want to save money? There are hundreds of coupons on there.
Yeah.
Use them or not. And they pertain to you exactly where you are. I'm not going to send you, or you're not going to receive offers in New York if you're in Toronto.
Right.
You're not going to get them in LA if you're in New York. You know, so it's only where right around you, and you can set the proximity from 1 mile to 50 miles. It's, you know, it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean the app. You know, I certainly watched a bunch of videos of it and demos, and because I'm up in Canada, we don't have it yet. But you know, it certainly is. It's comprehensive. Like, would you look out there and you say that you're so far ahead of the competition that this is now a platform? And
yes.
And when do you kind of win that war, which is the you know, the mobile couponing war?
You know, what's interesting is I don't think that there's really any winning. I think there's room enough for these stores to have their own apps.
Mm-hmm.
I think in addition to, look, you turn to Yowza, you know that you're going to save money. There's no question about it. Just because a store is listed on Yowza doesn't mean they're a discounter.
Yeah.
They just are putting offers on there that possibly upsell or introduce you to an area of the store that you wouldn't normally be familiar with, and they give you a little discount to try that out. You know, if you're at Costco and you want to try the sunglasses, you normally wouldn't buy glasses there. Whatever. It's that kind of a thing that is how these people are dipping their feet into the water. But I don't think winning is ever going to look. You know, before mobile couponing, there's no clear winner. Everybody coupons. It's across the board. I think there's room enough for everyone. I just think that you know, our objective is to be on the bottom. Let's say, take the iPhone as an example. That permanent, you know, the bar at the bottom that you have 4 apps that you know you're not going to change. You don't flip from page to page. We want Yowza to be one of those for everybody, because if you spend money without checking with Yowza, you're throwing money away.
That's a noble goal, right? You know, because you do have 10 or 12 pages that you slide through on the iPhone. So now once you've got the person to download and install it, and they haven't deleted it and given you 1 star and gotten angry with you, now how do you rise above the fold of the 50 or 60 apps that typical people have installed? And
the way you do it is you make it really special. You create offers that kind of generate that tickle me Elmo frenzy. You know, and that we do through relationships. You know, I've voiced, I'm a voice on the Halo game, and I've voiced Time Shift and Battle, all these great games. I know EA, I know all these guys. So we will be coming out with a coupon in partnership with